Greetings! Welcome back to the Keys for the Unhinged episode. I couldn't tell you because it's been a minute. And it's time. I'm actually on the way to an appointment, so I figured it was time to do a recording because it's been a while. I pray everyone is well. If you have heard me before, welcome back. If you have not heard me before and this is your first time, welcome. I'm glad you're here, and hopefully you'll receive some light that will help you in your journey, the continuing forward in your journey that we call life. A lot has been going on, a lot, and it's okay because life happens, and as life happens, we continually have to flow with it. We have to continue to go. Just because a major event happens, someone passes or someone, whatever, that's a major event that happens. And if someone passes, the whole world does not stop. You have to continue going. Actually, tomorrow is the day of my mother-in-law's memorial. So since I've last actually did a recording, she was here, and she's no longer with us. She has been gone. She passed away September the 28th, and I think today is October the 24th. Yes, it's a long memorial. Not a long memorial, but it took a while to have it. We were actually going to originally have it on the 11th of October, but some family members were opposed to that date. They thought it was kind of quick, and they wanted to push it further back. So this is why we're having it tomorrow. I will be so glad once it's finished, just because it's been it's been a couple of weeks, and it's obviously it's an adjustment whenever you I don't want to say lose someone because they're not lost, but whenever someone separates from this physical world, you go through changes and you go through adjustments, especially if you're with that person every day. If you see that person every day, it's just a big adjustment that you have to make. I personally, I've had uncles past, like great grandparents, but I have not had someone pass on from this world that I actually had a wonderful connection with. So my mother-in-law, she's the first person that I've had a chance to visit these feelings with, so it's interesting. I'm so grateful that I had the chance to be with her for like 13 years every day, except someone went off on vacation. But I've had a chance to bond with her. I've had a chance to live with her. I've had a chance to serve her. I've had a chance to just have that relationship that a lot of mother and daughter-in-laws don't get to have. We had a really good relationship, and I'm so blessed for that because we did. She was an amazing woman, and I've learned a lot from her. I've learned a whole lot from her. Her name is Ruth, And of course, we know that's a biblical name. And the meaning of the name, she didn't fall short of it at all. She was just an amazing woman. And anything she had, she would share it with someone. And she didn't have to know that person. She just had to know that there was a need, and if she could fit that need, she would do it. I'm reading a book right now, and it's called A Course in Miracles, and it's a wonderful book. It's a book for people who are willing to go about life with love and spreading love when you get the chance, being that miracle. And the reason I got silent was because that's what she was, a miracle to anybody she was able to be a miracle to. And it's just amazing that I was able to meet someone, and someone to show me unconditional love. Okay? Show me unconditional love to strangers, show me unconditional love to people you knew, unconditional love to people who you didn't think you should give it to, or even unconditional love to people I didn't think that deserved it, because of the place I was in at the moment, and she never fell short of being that light. She still had, flesh issues, but by that, I mean, she kind of she had some stuff, but that's because we've grown up outside of our culture. We've grown up according to someone else's culture. So a lot of stuff that we learned, it would not have been attached to us, and we would not have done it if that wasn't put on the table before us. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. She had her little issues, but when it comes to sharing with someone, when it comes to giving love to someone, when it comes to meeting someone else's needs, y'all, she was 100% at that. And for me to be able to experience that, I mean, all these years, that's what I was shown from her all these years. And it's amazing because the same person who taught me and who actually physically showed me how to love unconditionally, nevertheless, in spite of, I also got to be with her until her end. And that is one of the biggest blessings ever I could ask for in this life. I never met no one like her before. And then at the same time, I've never been able to serve someone like her before. And it's so beautiful. It's amazing how things line up and things happen in life. Sorry, my phone dropped. Look, I'm grabbing for it. And a lot of times we don't know exactly why. My phone actually fell off the holder, so hopefully the audio didn't change too much. I set it on my dashboard. But anyways, we don't always know why we go through things. And, you know, sometimes you could be going through something and you're not really understanding the reason behind going through it, not understanding the reason behind why things are happening the way they are happening. But it's amazing. It's beautiful, and I feel so honored to have been in the care and in the arms of my mother-in-law. She was a wonderful person, and I see that the journey that she walked in, I don't know what that was, is one that I have picked up. And I picked it up before she passed, but I picked it up about, now I've been on my spiritual awakening, whatever you want to call it, like the realization of self since September of 2024. Okay, so I did not realize that I was on, like, of course, with life and the journey of life and, you know, time passing and things moving, you continue to learn about yourself, and you continue to learn, and you continue to hopefully grow, and you continue to adjust, and you continue to shift as, you know, the time permits. And so I didn't know that I would be led back to love. Now, she would always say, yeah, it's all about love. And me and my husband would be like, shoot, that person need their butt kicked, or, you know, like, no, they done tilt their hats to you and pour water on you 20 times. Don't let them do it for the 21st time. Oh, wait, I still agree. Don't let them do it the 21st time. But it's just, I believe that love will heal every single thing. It has to. Otherwise, that means nothing can be healed, and we just walking around kicking dust. And that's crazy. So, mother-in-law. It's just, it's amazing. Because there are no coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that everything happens when it's supposed to happen. Everything happens at time it's supposed to happen. Everything happens how it's supposed to happen. I don't believe in coincidences. So, if before we come here, we make soul contracts, we set up soul groups, we say, hey, okay, you know, I'm gonna play, your mom, and then, hey, I'll be your daughter, and then oh, okay, I'm gonna be your son. I'll have this issue, or I won't have this issue. I'll be your mom, and I'll be like this, or I won't be like this. From my journey where I am at right now, this is my understanding of how it goes. Okay, you come here for the experience, to learn whatever it is you're supposed to learn, and you set these soul groups up before you come here. At the end, like my mother-in-law, she had been sick for a while. Okay, she had been sick for some years. I didn't know, obviously, what the future was going to entail. I didn't know. She actually came to me and asked me to come and live in her house. I was in my own house at the time, and she asked me to come and live with her. She was by herself, she didn't have a husband or anything like that. And so my husband, of course, he was like, yeah, let's go and do it. And I'm like, you hear mother-in-law and daughter-in-law stories, and I'm like, because even before that, we did not really have a relationship. We didn't have one. It was, I knew who she was. It was like a hi. And then from people having previous spouses and previous just stuff, sometimes it's hard to adjust to newness, and so I'm looking to see where I'm going. I think, no, that's not it. It should be coming up. That's not it. Hold on. I think that oh, is that it? I'm sorry, y'all. No, that's not it. That's CVS. I'm gonna have to... It's a bright red place. I mean, I've never been here before, and you would think that I would be able to see it from here, but maybe I am. I don't know if I passed it or not. So I'm pulling over, and I'm going to map it. Hold on. I'm gonna stop it, and then I'm gonna have to merge the two videos together because I would like to pick up where I left off when I come out. So I will be back, and I'm not gonna clip it and all that stuff. I'll just put them together and let them roll, but I will pick up on the last topic. I will pick up where I stopped off, okay? I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, so as I was saying, when you're in a previous, sometimes you can be married to someone before, and it could be for 20 years, and then for whatever reason, if people split up and divorce, when someone remarries, it's hard for the previous family members to accept the new marriage. Me and my husband had a lot of that, okay? Even with the age difference, there was a lot of, even his side and my side, it's not like it was one-sided, but his side and my side did not like the fact of our uniting, except my father. Okay, shout out to my father, Janelle. He has since from the day one treated my husband with the utmost respect. So I wanted to add that in there. But everyone else except, and I think my little brother too, my little brother Adam, he, wasn't too, he really didn't have nothing to say about it either way, okay? He's always showed his, shown respect to my husband as well, and my older brother too. But anyways, I'm talking about my parents, my mom, my stepdad, his mom, his children from his previous marriage. But anyways, so once we talked and we moved in back to where she was, not back, but to where, she came and asked me, why don't you come and live at the house with me? I did. And so since then, which was in, I don't even know what year that was, but I do know our oldest daughter, she wasn't 2, and she'll be 15 in February. So that just lets you know how long, I think we moved in when she was like 19, 20 months. So that's how long I've been with my mother-in-law every day, non-stop, except someone went out on vacation somewhere, and during that time we had time to get to know each other. She's got time to see what it's like to actually have a daughter, because she did not have a daughter, and so it's beautiful to be able to experience what I have been able to experience on my journey, and to know that my mother-in-law Ruth had a major part of that. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to be able to look back. It's amazing to look at situations and be like, well, why did that take place? Because she was real sick. She couldn't, she wasn't walking. She needed help to go to the bathroom. She got that sick. And of course, if you're already have younger children and you're already busy, but then you take that on too. My husband had already said, Ma, you're not even going to a nursing home when you get older, so that's not even something to talk about. But honestly, we thought about other situations, because it's a lot, it's a lot. But also during the transitioning and during the time that we both, because it was my husband and I, at first it started with, okay, she needs a shower, I'll help her shower, and then it was like, okay, she couldn't step into the shower herself, so my husband had to be involved, and so he had to, be more involved with her. And I end up saying, like, look, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm just really overwhelmed, and he's like, okay, well, I'll do the most. And he did. So shout out to you too, baby. Okay. But us being able to go through what we went through, it's amazing. Okay. And then to go through it with your life partner too, it's just, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful experience that we had together, and I will never, ever, ever, ever forget this experience that I have been blessed with. And then I was going to say too is from my, we know what, we set situations up, and we set up family groups before we come down here, right? Okay, so my mother-in-law, she got to the point to where she wasn't talking too much, and she would literally just yell all day, all night, okay, nonstop. And that can be nerve-wracking. She had told us, she was like, I don't want to be medicated because she's not, she's more into the natural things and whatnot. And so I told my husband, I was like, look, I said, either she's going to have to be medicated or all of us are going to have to be medicated, because it's just a lot to sit and listen to one scream nonstop all day and all night. So at the end, towards you're talking about the last week of her life, she started asking for medication. And there was something within me that I knew that it was time to give it to her, because I knew that we were nearing the end. Okay, so I told my husband, I said, you know what? I said, if we pick these situations, I said, that means that she literally knew that what she was going to go through was going to be a major part in our life's journey to help us continue to ascend how we want to in this journey. And that was like a sacrifice that she made for us. So, and I don't want to talk for him too, so I'm just going to talk for me. But that was a sacrifice that she had decided before we even came here that she would be a part of, so I could experience what I experienced with her and helping taking care of her. And I'm so grateful for that, because that means she was uncomfortable, y'all. She was not herself. She was uncomfortable. She was not happy, and I knew that. But before we came here, she had already decided how she was going to go out and how much of an impact it would have on my life. So when I look at from the beginning to now with her, it's just amazing. And I am so grateful to say I had a mother-in-law like her. And she knew that, okay, I'm gonna play this part. I'll be the mother-in-law, because it's something that you have to learn, and it's something that I have to learn, and it's something that your husband has to learn, which is her son, and we're gonna do it together. And during it, I didn't know that until it was revealed to me about 2 weeks before she passed, and I was like, oh my goodness, she knew how this was going to play out, and she still chose to do it. So, like I said, she is just an amazing person, and she will forever live on, because everybody she has come in contact with, she has touched them in some way. And I didn't just have a moment with her, I had years with her. And I'm grateful. Tomorrow is the memorial. I'm ready for it, because I'm just ready for it to be over. I haven't cried this much since she passed, and so the emotions have been sitting there, and they've been waiting to erode per se. But I've been staying busy. I've been, I've been busy. And so it's just, I'm grateful, y'all. And then I got to experience what I got to experience with my aced home juice, my husband. So it's funny, because growing up and even now, there's nothing like a love story that makes you cry, that makes you laugh, that makes you smile. I mean, there's nothing like those love stories, and I've always liked them. And even to today, I love a good love story. And you know what? I also realize, y'all, I am my own love story. My life is a love story. And it's just amazing to, realize these things, and have these things revealed to you. It's amazing. And I just pulled up into my driveway. I have to get out and check the mail. And so, I don't know. I'm going to record more because it's necessary. At this moment, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but it's not about that. I'm learning. It's about me showing up for me. And as I continue to show up for me, what is supposed to happen to this podcast will happen to this podcast. And it is what it is, So have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Whatever is left, if you're going to bed, have a wonderful night. And remember, tomorrow is never promised. And a prayer of mine too was for my husband not to find her already passed on. And I got that. The day my husband left to go to the store, not even 15 minutes later, y'all, she left. So I wanted to find her. I wanted to do it. I just figured I would be able to take it better than he would. So he left, and I looked at the phone because it wasn't even, I'm like, dang, he just left. It wasn't even 15 minutes before he had left. And I called him. I told him, I said, Aunt Ruth is gone. And so y'all, I am at so much peace. My heart is so joyful, full of, I don't want to call it butterflies, because I don't think that's how I would explain it, but I feel great, and I'm happy, okay? So you be happy, and I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.